My name is Kelvin Morisseau. I'm from Couchiching First Nation. My spirit name is Ninkabin Gijik, and I'm a member of the Sturgeon clan. I think the biggest thing that I've learned over the years is that the health system, the way it is today, doesn't do our people justice. I think there is systematically that there are inequities within the system, and I think until we address those inequities, that our people will continue to have the poor health outcomes that we're currently experiencing.
Bonjour, vous avez nash Dijnikas, most of them. Josh Kobinesk, my daughter's uncle that passed away very recently, and 3 times he went to that hospital and 3 times he got sent home. By the time he went back, he was diagnosed with blasto, and they shipped him off to Thunder Bay, and he didn't survive. And if they would have helped him the first time, second time, maybe he still would have been here, right? And racism that exists in organizations, hospitals, is we need to find a way to move forward, right? Health transformation will lead us into that.
I firmly 100% believe that health transformation needs to include all the Anishinaabe people within Treaty 3 to have a voice in terms of how we want to receive services, but also on a much higher level in determining our own decision making.
What is health transformation? What does that mean? Well, that means changes to the health system and what we're currently doing, and making sure that we have a community direction seeking process. That is the way we do things. That's the way the Anishinaabe people do things, is that we need to hear from the people that are impacted. We need to hear from men, women, mothers, elders, health service providers. In Treaty 3 Nation, we need to change. And I know change is awfully scary for some people. Health
is one of our rights. It's not only a treaty right, it's a human right. We all have that right to good health. And for me, this is what my whole journey has been all about, is good health for our people.
Well, the people are suffering. People are suffering, and somebody's got to advocate for them.
Most recently, we've had a cancer care report which identified that our Treaty 3 citizens are being diagnosed at a late stage, stage 4.
And those are the people to which we should be responsible for. Not the government, not to a board, not to an agency, but to those people who are suffering, because those are the ones that need us.
I recognize there are serious problems with healthcare in Northern Ontario. This is a priority for me. Indigenous communities do not have adequate supports. She was here speaking specifically on young people for physical and mental health. I sincerely regret that I could not be there with you in that room.
The health institutions that we have, like say clinics, hospitals, and pharmacies, and this and that, there's too much, you hear too much about racism and stuff like that. I've seen it myself. It's there, it's visible, and that's what we need to address.
We think about the Anishinaabe thinking around it, and that legislation has been created on our behalf without us, and it's not really meeting the health needs of who we are as Anishinaabe people.
For health transformation to occur, we have to own the health system itself. And if we don't own the health system, it's really difficult to transform it because it's not ours. So I think the first thing that we have to do is we have to begin to take ownership for our own health, both on a personal level and on a systematic level.
My name is Seneca Longclaws. I am a Ojibwe from Wew'suwet'en First Nation. I am a lawyer. Grand Council Treaty 3 has taken the initiative to prepare a health law. It's very important, and I know that it's part of what's going to help with guiding and directing health transformation.
This is a continuation of the lawmaking process of our people. It's based on traditional lawmaking process, not the English or the Euro-Canadian system of justice. And it's been too long since our own laws our traditional laws, our inherent jurisdiction has been subjected to other foreign jurisdictions.
I think it was about 3 or 4 days of elders meeting. They captured a lot of knowledge of the elders. That is part of what is going into the health law as well.
We're always talking about healing, healing. We are not going to heal unless we learn how our ancestors bonded with us, how they taught us to live within our culture.
The healers, traditional healers, are getting few. The medicines within the lakes, the rivers, the forests.
As of today, this is the only time it can start. If we haven't done it before, then we have to start today. There's no time to waste.
Health transformation in Treaty 3 should look like how the people want it to look, like how Treaty 3 people want it to look like. It's got to work for them.
When I think of health transformation, I think of being able to go and see a traditional healer and to be able to have access to traditional medicines.
More emphasis on traditional medicines would definitely go a long way.
The healing that needs to happen has to be done our way.
I want health to be more culturally inclusive.
We know our people, we know our communities, our teachings, and I think weaving those into these laws are super important.
2 different rivers, one of which being colonized, one of which being indigenous, and having that person walk in both paths.
We need crossovers. I think you have to be able to choose which path you want. Ideally, there'd be one path for everybody, so everything's intermingled.
Just like the hospitals in Winnipeg, they have a medicine man, so you can access that medicine man whenever you feel you need that, right?
In addition, I just would like to see more Native staff working in the hospital.
The All Nations Hospital needs to happen. I'm getting old too, and I need to go to a place where I can trust and know what's going to take care of me, right?
And the overall goal is to actually see the facility support the All Nations movement. And that's inclusive. It doesn't matter if you're pink, blue, purple, brown, red, white, green. It's for everybody. And it's for everybody that needs that health care, but it's the way you want it. Right? You know, Treaty 3 is so filled with our Anishinaabe people, and it's important to have the culture, our traditions, our ceremonies, our medicines, that relationship recognized, lived, breathed, and includes making those decisions in our territory for ourselves along with everybody else. Respecting that diversity, that's true health transformation. It's not somebody dictating who, what, where, when, and why, but it's us being part of that solution and having it respected and built right into the foundation of that system.
One medicine is not better than the other. You know, one cultural medicine is not better than the other. It's all important. And it goes to the spiritual, emotional, mental, and the physical well-being of the patient.
When I think of health transformation, I see it as combining both Western medicine as well as traditional medicines and being able to do this through self-government for the communities, and that they are able to implement their culture, their traditions into healthcare.
Our laws have been in existence from time immemorial.
We want to incorporate our knowledge, our methods of healing one another.
Maybe it's time we listen to the people.
We have culturally safe care, ceremonial space. We have a healing room. We have a sweat lodge. The healers or patients can make their medicines. Incorporating the 7 grandfather teachings is always a good idea. Using the medicine wheel healthcare model is always a good idea.
So I think probably worldwide there should be this combination where you get to choose what tradition do you want to follow.
The holistic person of who you are is, you have to have that balance, right?
Minuyawan works for our area. Can you take Minuyawan and plunk it to another area? I think you have to be careful in doing that because each area is going to be unique.
by being more vocal about what we need, I think those things and those systems will begin to change.
The real true health transformation piece is the partnership, the decision making, and that we're all around there doing this for one common goal.
People don't change because they want to change. People change because somebody sets a fire to them and makes them change.